into action.
Let's get moving into action. Let's get moving into action. If your life's too slow, no satisfaction. Find something out there, there's an attraction. If you hesitate now, that's a subtraction. So let's get moving, go into action.
We take the 43 bus.
Welcome to the Pinup America Show. I'm Barry, your host, and today we've got
Bella Michelle.
Bella Michelle.
Chris.
Does Chris have a pinup name yet? I know he's been practicing those pinup poses.
He is very well known as Lovey in
Lovey?
our neck of the woods. Yeah.
That's my
Love it,
nickname.
really.
Yeah, Lovey.
Don't act like you don't like it.
I've been called worse.
And we've got Eric Barber with us again today. He was my big support at Viva Las Vegas, carrying all the equipment around. We appreciate it.
There's other names for that.
I won't go into that, but
You were a big help.
yeah, he was.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Mel.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mel.
And Eric is a professional photographer here in the Tampa Bay area out of Plant City. He also has an art gallery.
In Plant City,
In
called
Plant
the Art
City.
Lounge Gallery.
Awesome.
And how can we find your stuff?
You can go to theartloungegallery.com or you can get in touch with me at tericphotography.com.
Okay.
Awesome. So we are, minus Shannon, the Pinup America
Crew.
Viva Las Vegas crew. Because we all went to Viva Las Vegas. We've already had one show. This is part 2. On this show, we're going to be talking about the bowling, which
Right.
you and Chris competed in.
Yep.
It was the first annual event, and they literally had a full bowling alley.
Yeah. There was a line the
There-
entire time of people just continuously coming in because it was like a 4-hour
Oh,
thing
wow.
that they were doing it. But
More
yeah.
than 40 lanes, easy.
I think it was 70
70
lanes,
lanes. I mean,
yeah.
it was the entire.
Well, it was like
area.
a regular bowling alley. I mean,
Yeah, it was a
was-
large bowling
Yeah,
alley.
they had a pro shop, they had a bar up there.
Restaurant.
Yeah, restaurant, they had vendors up there set up, which was
Really cool
really
vendors.
nice. Yeah,
Wait
that's
till you
nice
see the
vendors.
pictures.
Nice
There's so many
lanes, too.
pinups and greasers out there, and then Inferno Car Club. Some of the car clubs were there with their
Yeah.
the whole team with their bowling shirts on. Sabina Kelly was there, who I got a picture of, not with her, but I got a picture of her. She was bowling.
Right.
She's a famous pinup, so it was good.
Yeah, it was great, it was great. And while you were doing that, Eric and I were doing the fashion show, which we showed last week.
Right.
So we're gonna show the bowling this week. Then all of us were out at the car show. Well, at least some of us stayed out there longer than others because 2 of us competed that weekend in the couple contest, and it wasn't me and Eric, so it had to be you
That's a good
two.
thing.
Competed in the vintage swimsuits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which, now, where did y'all get your suits at? Because I know you had that,
I
like,
got mine at Antique Attic at Oldsmar Flea Market. She's been there for 20 years,
Yep,
every
20
bit of
years,
it.
yeah.
It's all vintage. It was all.
so you found it right here local.
Yeah, Oldsmar Flea Market, all pre-50s, and
Wow.
it was nice. It was actually an authentic, not a replica. It was back from that time.
They had to be in order.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had.
Well, they had what, it was pre-registration.
Yes.
They only accepted so many people.
Mhm.
And they did on Friday by the pool, they did the guy contest
Which was
for guys
awesome.
only. They did the couples on Saturday, which you two did.
Right.
And then they did the ladies on Sunday, which
Yes.
was incredible. I mean, they literally took over the pool all 3 days. You had to have a Viva Las Vegas pass to get in
Yeah.
there. I mean, people were hanging out under the shade. They had a couple bars set up out there, the lounge chairs. It was great.
It was a lot of
Well,
fun.
even if you just had the Viva Las Vegas pass, you still had to register with the pool. That's how busy it got. It got so busy to the point where, like,
Oh,
if you
wow.
weren't on a sheet, you couldn't get in.
Wow. See, we didn't have to worry about that, did we?
Yeah,
No.
People hated us that weekend. We had our press passes from Pinup America with our pass in the back from Viva Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And Eric and I, when we went to register the day of registration, we got there early and there was already a 3-hour line
Ouch.
waiting to register.
Wow.
So of course, we went up to the front of the line and took our took our American Pinup Pinup America pageant and said, hey, and they're like, oh yeah, hold on a second, as soon as we open up, you go in first, and we're like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like
Nice.
that.
Slipped right in there and got our press passes, and then we were out the door and doing stuff. So they treat us real well. Yeah, the pool we didn't have, because I think on the last day there was a line actually at the pool.
Yes.
I'm sure
Yeah.
because
And-
the
and-
women's practice is
yeah.
always the most popular, yep.
Yep.
And we walked right up in there. So we've got that footage today. We've got footage from all 3 days. Because I know you took pictures on the couples day on Saturday. We've got Friday, and then we've got so much stuff on Sunday.
Awesome.
Sunday was incredible. It really was. I mean, that place was packed.
I'm sure.
And I tell you what, I love shooting there because there were posers.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have the camera, you'd see someone walking, you'd pull your lens like this, and they would see you up there and they'd stop and go.
Hey, they wanted it. They want to be seen. They're spending a lot of money.
And it's like they kept doing this, and I kept taking pictures, and I said, honey, as long as you pose, I'm gonna keep
Yeah.
taking pictures, you
Yeah.
know? So they were great. The guys were great. I know the women have always gotten into it. I've always seen the women into it. I'd never been to an event, that was the first time I was at Viva Las Vegas. I'd never been to an event where the guys got into it so much.
Yes.
And that I
Everybody
thought
was
was really great. I mean, there were guys there wearing the vintage pleated slacks with the correct shoes, you know, the sweaters with the correct shirt, and I was really impressed.
And a lot
I
of
mean,
it was truly vintage.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the thing there. Like, there's a lot of reproduction there too, but for the most part, everybody wears true vintage stuff.
And
It
there
was
were-
amazing.
The
There was
glasses,
several-
frames,
Yeah.
everything.
There
It's
were-
all authentic.
Yeah, there were
vintage.
several vendors there that were selling all vintage wear.
Yeah.
You know, there was a jacket there that King Daddy-O got. It was this wild tuxedo.
I remember that.
Yes.
I think
I
he wore,
did
he
see
wore
that
that to
too.
the burlesque showcase,
Yes,
didn't he? Yeah.
yes.
Yes, he did.
Because I saw it on the hanger, and I went over there, and of course, it didn't fit me, unfortunately. And he ended up getting it. I'm like, damn.
His lounge coat, it was nice.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it reminds me of, the lounge coat.
Yeah.
It's a
So
great
he was
time.
he was able to Skype that, so that was good. But we're going to see King Daddy-O again. He's always up at Muddy Roots. He actually
Okay.
emceed the pinup contest last Labor Day,
Nice.
and he's a photographer. And of course, his wife,
Callista.
Callista.
is
Yes.
beautiful.
Yeah, she is gorgeous.
She is-
Yes.
His mother is incredible. I met her last September up there at the Muddy Roots, and she has a beautiful, I think it's a 56 T-Bird,
Wow.
all original, convertible that she sports. And she's was a very sweet lady. They have a whole little trailer set up, and you know, he's very involved in everything.
Yeah.
So it was good to see him and his wife there. You know, we got a chance to meet a lot of people there.
We did.
You did. I mean,
I
you-
met Tom Ingram, which, you know, I was so excited about. I
Absolutely.
spotted him bowling, and he walked past me, and I was really upset. And I told Chris, I'm like, that was Tom Ingram. And Tom,
You mean, wait, hold on a second, wait. Tom's got this major festival going on. It's his 15th annual, and he took out time to bowl.
no, he wasn't
just
bowling.
walking
Oh, he wasn't bowling. Oh, okay, okay.
Walking
I was gonna say, hold on a
We
second.
kind
No,
of
this
followed
took a
him
little
down.
initiative,
Yeah,
but
we
we
kind of
did that.
followed him down a dark hallway,
Ah.
and then asked him if he would get a picture with us, and he did. He was nice about it.
Absolutely. We got one with you and Tom, and then I asked him, hey, do you mind if I get one as well? And I mean, it was only about 20 seconds, you know,
Yeah.
but
I
I
tell you-
actually stopped for a moment
But
because
I
no,
was
he's busy.
excited.
and-
He has worked very hard to build that. I mean, there were, you know, like, y'all know, there were people from all over the world,
Right, thousands.
all over the state, you know,
This
just.
is insane.
It was incredible. He has done an incredible job.
Yes.
I just wish he could come up a way that I can see everything at the same time.
And some of the
Yeah.
best
Yeah.
rockabilly and pinups were the people that were from the other countries and whatnot.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
they were just
Right.
authentic to the T, and they were just all good energy, and it was a good time all around.
That would be the only, you know what, we talked about how there was no complaints. That would be the only complaint, is that there's just so much awesomeness
Mhm.
that you have a hard time absorbing everything
You-
because you
you-
can't put yourself in 100 places at one time.
You'd have to take off a week.
Yeah,
You know, if they made it to where you only had one thing going on,
right, it would have to take.
it would have to
over.
be a week long,
Yeah.
and you would have to have a huge facility to hold all those people.
Yeah,
Because as it was, they were spread out. You know, they were bowling, they were at the car show, they were at the burlesque show, they were at the fashion show, burlesque bingo. There was workshops going on.
Yep.
You know, you had the
Workshops were
vendors. You know, you had the vendors that were there, and the vendors, boy, they worked their you know what's on.
Yeah.
They were only allowed I think it was a 2-hour time limit from like, was it 5 to 7? That they actually chased all the vendors out of the room, they locked the doors so they could go get something to eat.
Right.
I mean, because people were
That
there
place was packed up there.
constantly
It was just
shopping.
cycling
Oh, yeah.
all the way
And
through.
then you
I
forget,
would've-
you know, they had 2 rooms of bands. I spent a lot of the nights running back and forth trying to catch all the different bands.
That's, yeah,
Way
Take the car
moved it.
show, for
Until what,
instance.
2 or 3 in the morning every day it went?
Every bit,
Yeah.
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 And even at
I
the
know,
car
I
show-
know we weren't there till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, we weren't either.
We were smart. We left and went, got some sleep and came back the next day. But it was an incredible event. Thanks to Dax
Yeah.
for sending us out there and covering the event. They had a table set up in the main ballroom, which
Yes.
was great. They were giving out free samples. People were coming up. They also had a place down at the car show where, of course, we all left our stuff and we went walking around.
Huge tent.
All the
Yeah,
product was
huge tent.
severely discounted. I mean, people were just coming through.
Oh, they
Michelle
were
working
selling,
the move,
yeah.
Dawn. I mean, they were just all doing great.
And they sold a lot
Yeah.
I
of
bet
product.
they did.
a
And
lot of
everybody knew who
products.
they were.
Well, they've been around for years.
Yeah.
You know, they are an old company that's been around for years. And they've got a lot of new stuff coming out. You know, Michelle, who is the sales manager, is also in charge of research and development.
Okay.
So she has a lot of input on that. And, you know, one of the things I like about their product that I noticed over other products is it has a nice fragrance to it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain
It's
it.
the beeswax.
It's, well, no, it's not just the beeswax. It's got like almost a baby powder style smell to it, which I think is great. And a lot of guys were noticing that. When they were coming up, because they had cans open upstairs, and they would touch, and they would smell, and they would feel it. And they have so many different, you know, short hair, medium hair, long hair,
Yeah.
extra hold, regular hold, extra shine.
They
you
have
know.
one for every type of hairstyle
Oh,
there
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Greasy, dry, frizzy, straight, you know, curly.
And we've talked about this. You got hooked on that black beeswax.
I did, because I really do have some really wavy, curly hair, and you can't tell with the beeswax. It just holds it slick back. I mean,
Oh, so that's why you use
that
the
why
black
you use the black?
beeswax.
yeah, well,
Oh, so
well,
we're not going to mention that it also blends the grays and
a
in with the
mild
black.
blend, mild blend.
Mild blend.
Well, a little more pepper back into the salt, that's all.
I like that. A little bit more pepper into the salt. That's nice.
So it's all good.
So today we've got the pool party coming
Yeah.
up. Or the pool parties, 3 days of videos and pictures. We've got the car show. We've got vendors out at the car shows. We've got you and Shannon Millions out there at the car.
Can't
which-
wait to see those pictures.
Yeah, that was hard. You know, when you've got
Those-
your models that you're trying to shoot on a car, and then you got 20 amateurs coming up trying to take pic, go, wait, can you do this? And it's
Yeah.
like, hey,
Yeah.
they're with me, okay? Back off. Or I should have said, hey, that's $20.
Yeah.
Because
It's
make
always
some
hard
money.
spending all the time taking pictures of good-looking girls. It's a
It's
lot of
awful,
work.
isn't it?
I mean,
Hot cars,
some
too.
of us have to put ourselves out to
Poor
do
thing.
that.
Poor
But
thing.
yeah,
It was a good
it was
time.
really hard job.
I know, that's what all my friends say. They say, you know, you have a really hard life. You know, you work with pinups and burlesque girls and stuff like that. And
Well, how the live band venue outside at the car show alone could have gobbled up your entire day with how much was going on there.
Oh, yeah.
Without
Well,
just the cars and everything behind it. I mean, how big the area was.
Eddie Dwayne was there, who is a famous guitar player that was sponsored by Gretsch. He was there performing, and he is phenomenal.
Mhm.
I mean, absolutely phenomenal. So yeah, we haven't even talked about the bands
Uh-huh.
and all that. There was
Just too much.
there
There's
was
just
way
so
too
much going on.
way too much. But I'm not going to miss it. I'll be there next year.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm sure, yeah, you all are already making plans.
Oh, we already
So-
learned too, you know.
Y'all stay tuned. We're going to show you some pictures, some videos, and we'll be back right after this.
Hi, this is Danielle Colby, and I am with Burlesque Le Mustache. You are watching Pin Up America.
Let's get moving into action. Let's
by 9. We may run out of money tonight, never out of time. Harmer Street, Waikiki corner, had to line. If anybody gets how late we're gonna run, we go all night, alright, to midnight just begun.
Let's get moving into action. Let's get moving into action. If your life's too slow, no satisfaction. Find something out there that's
Who do we have?
I'm Doris Mayday.
Doris Mayday.
I'm Erin Cummings.
Masumi Max. Callisto Killer.
And of course, King Dado Deluxe.
You're watching the Pin Up America Show!
When it says you've been gone, I've been crying all night long. It wants you not me to laugh. I took off with somebody else. I took off for you, I just can't find my way. I took up, hey, hey, yeah, took up. Woo! I took up, over you, took up. Right at you, I took off over you, I just can't find my way. You didn't love me 'cause I told me so. It was you that wouldn't let go. It was you, my me to laugh. I took off with somebody else. I took off over you, I just can't find my way. Well, I took up, hey, yeah, yeah, I took up. Woo! I took up, over you, took up. Right into you, I took off over you, I just can't find my way. Hey! Ever since you've been gone, I've been crying all night long. It was you, not me, that left. I took off with somebody else. I took off for you, I just can't find my way. Yeah, took up. Hey, yeah, yeah, took up. Woo! I took up. Over you, took up. Right into you, I took off for you, I just can't find my way. Oh, oh! Ever since you've been gone, I've been crying all night long. It was you, not me, that left. I took off with somebody else. I tore up over you, I just can't find my way. Yeah, I tore up. Hey, yeah, yeah, I tore up. Woo! I tore up. Over you, tore up. Right into you, I tore up over you, I just can't find my way.
This is the Count from Count's Customs right here in Las Vegas, and you're watching the Pin Up America Show.
There you are, with your nose up high. Teasing the boys, driving wild. Living it easy, okay if you die. The way you are will make your mama cry. You're a demon lady with the devil's smile. With long curly hair, black as the night. You are the one to get a voice in a fight. Red hot mama, the looks that kills. A greenback dollar, that's your thrill. You're a demon lady. Well, I took her to the alley for the money I paid. I wanna get sure I do get laid. A girl like you should be in cuff. So come on, girl. gotta Tiffy lies. Ain't gonna pay for your stinking lies. You promised me a real hard time. I ain't gonna pay a single dime. You're a demon lady. I took you to the alley for the money I paid. I wanna get short, I do get laid. A girl like you should be in cuff. So come on, girl, take it off. To the alley for the money I pay. I wanna get short, I do get laid. A girl like you should be in cuff. So come on, girl, take it off. Take it off, girl. Just fucking take it off. Little girl, she's got no friends. Raised by a father who's out fighting in the foreign. Little girl with rugs to wear, just longing for companion, but people only laugh and stare. Alone and crying in her sleep, heart of gold but her soul is weak. Struggle on both day and night, still she managed to do things right. On a Sunday morning a man came along, stole her heart where the passions were strong. After a while he said, be my southern rose. Little girl with shattered dreams, pretend to be a princess, but nothing is ever what it seems. Little girl without no hope, fighting every day from hang herself in the big white oak. Alone and crying in her sleep, heart of gold but her soul is weak. Struggle on both day and night, still she managed to do things right. On a Sunday morning a man came along, stole her heart where the passions were strong. After a while he said, be my southern rose. Soul is weak, struggle on both day and night, still she managed to do things right. On a Sunday morning a man came along, stole her heart where the passions were strong. After a while he said, be my southern
with some good old boy for everything he owns. Well, I
is here.
Hi, I'm Cassandra Peterson, otherwise known as Elvira Mrs. Seven Dark, and you're watching the Pinup America Show.
When you told me once, told me twice, that you will be my paradise. I don't care, I don't mind. Hey, 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 girl, you're not my kind. I told you no, won't waste my time. I don't need your cash, need your dough. Hey, girl, just let it go. I don't care, I don't mind. Hey, 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 girl, you're not my kind. I told you no, won't waste my time. Go, go! Kiss that girl, I'd rather miss. I don't care, I don't mind. Hey, 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 girl, you're not my kind. I told you no, I won't waste my time. Twice, you will be my paradise. I don't care, I don't mind. Hey, 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 girl, you're not my kind. I told you no, won't waste my time.
This is Roy Varga, and you're watching Pinup America Show. Cool.
Bless my soul. The table rock, they show me the way. Now rock and roll will always stay. Look at us, we're back on track. Now we are here to bring rock and roll back. Forever Ted, forever Ted, forever Ted. 'Cause rock and roll, now bless your soul. Show. But the wind stops blowing, you find someone new. Try to believe that you are the one. Deep inside I know you'll soon be gone. I said follow your heart and let it lead the way. I can't honestly say I'm so scared if I'm one new. Well, if you should say you don't love me, those words will end my world. And if you should find someone other, don't go and break my heart now, girl. 'Cause you are the only one for me. Yeah, you are the only one for me. Try to believe that you are the one. Deep inside I know you'll soon be gone. I say follow your heart and let it lead the way. I can't honestly say I'm so scared if I'm one new. But if you should say you don't love me, those words will end my world. If you should find someone other, don't go and break my heart now, girl. 'Cause you are the only one for me. Yeah, you are the only one for me. Well, if you should say you don't love me, those words will end my world. If you should find someone other, don't go and break my heart now, girl. 'Cause you are the only one for me. Yeah, you are the only one for me. Down around the corner by 49 Square, a little chick with long curly hair. She got blue eyes, red ruby lips. She's a boogin' baby with a Tennessee sip. She's my jitterbugin' baby, she can dance the whole night long. She's my jitterbugin' baby, she can dance the whole night long. Well, she can rock, she can roll, she can jump, she can flip. The jitterbugin' baby with a Tennessee sip. Jitterbugin' baby, she can dance the whole night long. Some got a girl that's nice and fair. Some's got a girl with pretty curly hair. Some got a girl with a bit of hair. But my girl's got that Tennessee sip. She's my jitterbugin' baby, she can dance the whole night long. She's my jitterbugin' baby, she can dance the whole night long. She can rock, she can roll, she can jump, she can flip. Jitterbugin' baby with a Tennessee sip. Jitterbugin' baby, she can dance the whole night long. forget she's my jitterbug, baby. She can dance the whole night long. She's my jitterbug, baby. She can dance the whole night long. Well, she can rock, she can roll, she can jump, she can flip.
caddy went round the corner, then he said, "Hey, I love you all the time. I'm gonna dance all night, gonna hold you tight. That's right, that's damn, that's right." That's a damn, that's a really cool caddy.
corner, then he said, ooh, yeah, gonna love you all the time. I'm gonna dance all night, gonna hold you tight. That's right, Pastor Dan is right.
Hi, I'm the mannequin from Dead Betty's Garage, and you are watching Pinup America TV.
Welcome back. So, what'd y'all think about all that footage?
I think it's way too many pictures and video. We need more time.
Absolutely.
That was literally not a quarter of what we shot.
I bet.
Literally, I think Eric and I shot about 4,000 stills and several hours of video. You shot stills. Yeah, you did stills.
The burlesque show itself was an hour and a half of video.
Oh, yeah. So that was what they've seen in the last two shows.
You guys have to go check it out.
Is like a minute part of what happened there.
Yeah.
And there was so much stuff that we didn't cover, so many bands we didn't see. And that's probably one of my only regrets.
Right.
Is that we didn't spend as much time on the bands. But there was just so much other things going on.
That's one of my focuses for next year, is to
The
try to
bands?
get more bands.
Yeah. So, okay, you're going to be in charge of bands next year. How's that?
Not a problem on this end.
One person on each type of thing.
Exactly. We need more equipment, so we need other sponsors so we can get more equipment.
Yes.
And we'll go and do it again, and then we can do, I actually think, I tell you what, I've been toying with the idea of maybe making a DVD of Viva Las Vegas with the extended
We have
footage
enough
on it.
pictures on there. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
would
we
love
can,
that.
I think it would be an awesome thing.
All the footage taken from our end, everyone else's end. I mean, even just look at your photos on your cell phone alone, just for quick
Well,
ones.
I tell you what, have you gone online to like YouTube and searched Viva Las Vegas number 15?
No, I've not done that yet.
Go online, I'm telling you, all of you, go online, go to YouTube and search Viva Las Vegas, Rockabilly Weekender number 15. You can use it all, part of it. And there are people that were there that took their pictures and put it to music and have it up.
Nice.
I mean, and there's a lot of good quality people have spent a lot of time and made some quality stuff.
I'm sure.
Check that out.
Yeah, it's really neat. Okay, now.
You saw those sexy pictures
Right.
of the swimsuits.
Well, we wanted to make sure because the pictures went kind of quick, so I didn't want y'all to miss out. So they have brought their outfits that they wore in Viva Las Vegas.
Don't get excited over the dead sexiness of this wonderful vintage suit. Now, see how they were made? I love this because this was the selling point, was the built-in rocket bra, and they all have built-in corsets. So it like sucks you up in here, these little things. The short thing was awful. This
Keyword built in.
built-in sucks you up like that, just like that. That was mine, and this was a wonderful find on eBay. I love eBay. I find a lot of great vintage stuff on eBay all the time.
Now that is from.
This is 1950s.
That's
And this is from
1950s.
Sears.
So it came in 1950s with all that stuff built in?
Yes, that's how you didn't go around places. Like, you know, ladies dressed like ladies back then. They had corsets built into everything. They had bras built into everything so that things were covered up and you looked proper even when you went to the beach. That's how things were made. And then this was...
You got anything built into yours there, Chris?
Loveys.
Actually,
Or lovey?
it's the funny, the material itself, you can just tell how vintage it is, you know, with the built-in underwear line.
Thank God it's clean when he pulled it out.
Don't worry, bleach. And this was a Hawaiian Sports Shop, actually, Inc., which is actually quite a popular brand for an old time.
And this was the one that we told you
Little
can find
buttons,
at our local antique place, which
Not
is the
snap
Antique
buttons, old
Attic.
school buttons. matching shirt to boot, and this is where, you know, like Michelle just said, the antique attic. Matching top.
Yep.
That's
Real
nice.
lightweight.
Check this
I like
out
that.
though, on the ladies,
Good find.
with a zipper. Bathing suit with a zipper.
Is it a plastic zipper or metal zipper?
Metal zipper. How weird is that? And buttons on the inside. It's
Double
so funny.
protection.
So funny. So
Looks good.
vintage stuff, eBay is an excellent place to find it, but that's what we got for ours.
Well, I know on like the ladies' competition on Sunday, that was one of the big things. They would come up and they would, you know, talk about their outfit and they would say where they got it from,
Yep.
whether it was eBay
Yep.
or Craigslist. You know, they were all so proud of themselves. Yeah, I only spent $5 on this outfit.
Wow.
That is
Yeah.
nice. That's cheap too.
Yeah.
It's really cheap for vintage clothing.
Oh, very,
And
yeah.
that's why I kind of went with an orange bathing suit, because it's what was in my price range when I found these.
Yeah.
Because vintage stuff is expensive. But
And
it's a good find.
if you are going to enter the contest, like as an individual and a couple, it has to be a different suit each time. And one of the things we learned as couples, you want to be matching.
Really?
If you
How
have a
that couple that
matching
you saw,
vintage
that's
why
for
they
the
won.
men's, you have a better chance of getting the top 3.
Now you said you can only use it, so you can't go back next year with the same.
I can use this, but it would either have to be in the couples, and if I want as an individual male, I would have to have another bathing suit as the male
Ah,
person.
okay. So you can't use your outfit and do the
Twice,
male version?
yes.
I see,
And
okay.
then she did the female, she'd have to have a different than when we did our couples.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's, you know, and I know for the ladies, they like cut it off at, what was it, 20?
20.
Yeah, 20. They would only allow 20, and I can't imagine how many people they had register for that, or try to register for that.
Well, you have to send a picture of your outfit ahead of time,
And
and
they
it
cut
has
off
to be approved by
women's
them.
early. They cut
Yeah.
off women's probably 3 months before it actually came. That's
Wow.
how fast. And with the couples, as you saw, we had 9 couples. So that filled up the entire stage. They couldn't have done more than 9 couples. They
Yeah,
would-
that was
they
a
would
small
have cut
stage.
theirs,
Yeah.
That was a very small, high stage.
Yes.
And getting onto the stage wasn't all that convenient. You had palm trees, you're walking through it.
Well, did you see the judges?
Yeah.
The judges were sitting over there in the palm trees.
They were.
Yeah.
They were.
You know, I was waiting, the judges were coming out, trying to walk around the table and the chairs, and I was waiting for one of them to fall off the stage.
They were right there.
You know, yeah, they did a little bit bigger
Good 15
facilities
feet
there,
down.
yeah, a little bit more facilities.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody enjoyed, I mean, I think everybody was out there Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, the place was packed, so.
Sunday was just absolutely incredible. The people were great, you know, the venue was great. It was just a wonderful time, and everyone, when you're taking, like you're saying, when you're taking the photos, you know, everyone's, you know, enjoying it and want their photos taken.
Yeah.
You know, there was people dancing in the pool, there were people, you know, dancing
next to the
on the
pool.
side of the
Yep.
pool.
Swing dancing
Yeah.
everywhere.
I think about Sunday that made it
Now,
more incredible. It was
That's
the
something we
day
haven't even talked about. The jive contest. that
Oh,
we had.
That was awesome. So
That was, and they put that on, and I tell you what, that was incredible.
I
That-
saw some videos from
Yeah,
that.
that's actually, I mean, that should be a sport.
Did you see them doing it around the pool though? There was
Yeah.
couples doing it
Right,
around
yeah,
the
I
pool,
saw-
though,
yeah.
not just up in the dance hall. But
No, but the ones in the dance hall were doing some.
They were impressive.
Yeah, they were very impressive.
and the girl actually flipped the guy.
Yeah.
Did you see that
Yes,
one? That was,
yeah.
That was
Yep.
neat. So good time.
Yeah, there was just, you know, again, so much going on. We had a great time. I know
Yeah.
y'all had a great time.
Car show was a lot of fun.
Again, yeah, car show was a blast. It was hot, but it was a blast. They
It
had,
was
they had, you know, it was so funny. The day after, before we left, we went down to the Strip. I had to go to the Biddy Page store.
Nice.
Not that I wanted anything, but I had to get somebody.
You had to go there.
Yeah, I
You were
had to,
instructed.
yeah, I had to go. Well, I wasn't instructed. I just was told that where it was, you know, and I went on, I went on my own.
Appreciate something
Right.
from there.
The girl that worked there, her brother actually had his motorcycle at the car show.
Huh.
He was the black motorcycle. It was like a 30-something Harley.
With the little bucket underneath.
Yeah, I had the
Yes.
bucket catching the oil. It was leaking so
Yes.
much oil.
Yes, I saw that. I did.
So that was kind of funny running into her.
That
We
is
talked
cool.
about it, and yeah. So that was it was
It was the only
just-
bike in the car show.
No, there were several bikes.
Were
out
there bikes there?
Yeah,
I
there
know.
were several bikes out there just spread
I
around.
remember that one, though.
Somewhere in the back, yeah. Well, you couldn't miss the bucket. It was full of oil.
all right.
I'm like, well, that's a true Harley right there. You know, it's got all that oil.
Only one in my eyes.
And he cranked her right up, you know, and she runs and everything.
Wow.
So that was pretty neat. But yeah, we had a great time. We actually we had a blast. I mean, just
Can't wait.
with Dax being there, and then, you know, just we went around that last day before we left. And I know y'all left before us or after
We
us?
left
We left
Sunday, late night
Oh, you
Sunday,
left
early
Sunday.
Monday.
Oh,
We
yeah.
left like midnight Sunday, 1 a.m.
Yeah, see, we didn't leave till Monday. We took it nice and easy. We packed up our luggage.
That's good.
We stuck in the little storage thing, and we headed there, because I hadn't been, except for the first day, I hadn't been on the Strip. So I wanted to go down to the
Bananas
Strip.
there,
So
too.
yeah, so we went down there, came back, got our luggage, and was going to take the shuttle bus, and the valet guy there at the hotel's like, well, you know, I can send you the limo. And I'm like, that's all right, you know. He goes, no, for the same price as the shuttle bus.
No brainer.
Yeah, I'm thinking, okay, $6 a piece, shuttle bus, limousine. Limo.
Oh,
So
please.
we took the limo back to the hotel in style.
Yeah.
We took pictures, you know.
Yeah.
We were doing all the Facebooking stuff all weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing this, we're
I
doing
love
that,
Facebook
so.
for that.
Update.
Oh yeah, exactly, updating pictures
Telling
and
you where you're
teasing
at.
and
Slideshow as you go.
and all the pictures that we've updated so far that we put out there has all been really the generic stuff, just
Yeah.
the type, not the good stuff. And everybody's like,
Behind
wow,
the scenes,
yeah.
everything going on.
Everybody's like, those are great pictures, and I'm like, oh, that's the stuff that's not even gonna make the show.
Yeah.
That's just the teaser till the show.
I know I only release partial of my pictures. I haven't released all mine, the hundreds or thousands of pictures that
Oh,
I
yeah.
took, you know.
Well,
It's just,
wait until after the show airs, then I'm gonna start releasing everything.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll be putting everything out there on YouTube and on Facebook and cutting it up in pieces and everything. Because we just had a great time. Everybody was there. I tell you what, hands to Tom. He has done a phenomenal job putting that thing together.
Party
Yeah.
planner.
And he's a very down-to-earth individual as well, and
Yeah.
it's nice. He'll take time out and talk to you for a moment.
But everybody in this realm, in the rockabilly, the burlesque, the pinup, I don't think I've met anybody that has been rude or better than
That's a good
anybody
point.
else. I haven't personally. I mean, everybody that I've been told is, oh wow, that's so and so. They've been in this for years. They were sweet
Yeah.
and wonderful,
Down to earth,
yeah,
pleasant.
everything.
Accepting of who you are for you.
Exactly.
It's nice.
And there's never been any competition. You know, the photographers at the show, we met several photographers standing in line waiting for the burlesque show. Started talking with them. One of them is going to be our correspondent in California. But, you know, it was all,
It was
you
good
know,
times.
cooperative.
And I
Exactly.
think Tokyo said it well a few shows back when she was talking about it, how you have so many people of the same like interest in the same spot. They're so happy that it's somebody else with the same like interest.
Right.
Instead of where you're at maybe something else and people look at you differently, you know, or don't accept you as much. So it's actually you're being around more people that
Yeah.
are of your same
All like interests in
like
who you
interests,
are.
and that's why.
Well, I'm famous for walking up to people, just, you know, I'll see a girl that's in a pinup style or something like that, or rockabilly style, I'll walk up and start talking to her. And, you know, because it interests me. And of course, they look at me sometimes because normally I'm in my biker apparel and they're like, well, you're interested in that stuff? I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah,
stuff.
definitely.
So, well, listen, we want to thank you all for watching the show. This was part 2 of the Viva Las Vegas. We appreciate it. If you didn't see part 1, it's on the website, www.pinupamericashow.com. You can go into the reruns and watch all our back episodes for the last year.
Yep.
So help yourself, go out there and have fun. And I thank all 3 of you for coming out and being here.
No problem.
No problem.
And I look forward to doing more stuff with everybody. So
Great.
thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all later.
Bye, everybody.
Brandon with Dead Betty's Garage, and you're watching Pin Up America.
Hello, I'm Angelica, and welcome to Ybor 1701 Studios, home of the world-famous Pin Up America show. Our historical building in the heart of Ybor City has 12-foot-high ceilings, vintage 1900s brick-and-mortar walls, and a wide variety of backgrounds to choose from. Our props, wardrobe, and makeup room, along with the character of the building, differentiates us from our competition. We cater to the needs of our customers and are always willing to help. Our location provides an eclectic mix of exterior shooting options. Many of our customers combine studio shots along with the city shots of historic Ybor. Our facility is only 2 blocks away from the world-famous Columbia Restaurant and 1,000 feet from the vintage streetcar system. We're only a short trolley ride away from the exciting Channelside District and bustling downtown Tampa. We have had a broad range of photographers and videographers from all around the world, including Hawaii and even London, use our facility. Come visit us today at 1701A North 20th Street, Ybor City, Florida, 33605. You can also visit us at our website, ybor1701studios.com, or call at 813-841-2192 to set an appointment today.